So we already have the HOOPS Communicator server running here in the background, ready to stream data down to a client. The next thing we do is load this HOOPS Communicator sandbox. We need to set up several options here in order to communicate with the server. The first is the endpoint from which to stream data. And this is being hosted locally, but we could set up a WebSocket connection with a remote server and stream data down. And we also need to add the file name that we want to load. And lastly, the amount of memory we want to allocate to the mesh data. So we'll clamp this at 256 megabytes. And the next thing we do is connect. So there is an initial lag when we're loading some metadata and setting up the scene. And here we start to stream down the data from the server. So the blue boxes are bounding boxes of geometry that's about to be loaded. And we are loading this Boeing 777 model. We'll wait for a few seconds for it to kind of maximize its usage of memory of that mesh data, that 256 megabytes. And it looks like we're at a reasonably stable state, but we can now change the camera and, let's say, zoom in to this location, and it starts to load additional model data there and stream it in. Now this is flat shaded. That we can do a lot better rendering there if we wanted to. This is just a demo. But lastly, you notice there's these red bounding boxes, and that is data that has been offloaded out of memory to load in additional information within a particular area. So if I kind of zoom in, let's say to the wing, we'll start to see that data loaded back in.